First, I want to shortly introduce myself. I'm a child psychiatrist from Switzerland, and I work in my own private practice. I have made a retrospective study of 33 children diagnosed with Asperger syndrome. The average age was 10.1 years. All these children were tested with the Wechsler Intelligence Scale version 3 in the years 2004 to 2007. The average full-scale IQ was 113. So you can see I mainly work with children in the autistic spectrum with high functioning values. The average verbal IQ was 122, and the average performance IQ 100, which is a remarkable difference. Now, this is not new. Other authors have pointed out that. Now, what I want to show is a more detailed analysis of the data that I have got. And I have found a characteristic pattern in my subtest results, a pattern that can be well explained by the so-called weak central coherence theory of autism. Shortly, this means that people from the autistic spectrum are very good at focusing at details, but they lose the sight of the whole picture. Now, this picture is to illustrate this. People with weak central coherence don't see the picture. They only see a bunch of spots. Now, if you don't see it, it's a dog seen from behind. But this is just to illustrate. Now, here are the results of my study. I pointed out those subtests where children with Asperger syndrome are strong. Their strengths I have pointed out with a blue color. And their weaknesses I have pointed out with red color. Now, in the verbal part, you can see that the strengths are similarities and vocabulary. For those who are not familiar with this test, vocabulary means the child has to explain words, notions. And similarities means the child has to say what is the common of, for instance, an apple and a banana. What do they have in common? Now, these tasks, you can see they perform very well. 15 points in average, that's very good. On the other hand, you see there is a relative weakness in subtests where more central coherence is asked, which means the tasks are more referred to everyday life, like information, calculation, and comprehension. Comprehension, for instance, means why do you have to put a stamp on a letter? Now, there you can see this is quite typical. Always when you have to refer to everyday life, the task is not so well performed. On the performance part, you can also see strengths and difficulties. The strengths are picture completion, which is quite clear because you have to focus on detail, and block design. This is an illustration of what you have to do. So, Asperger children are good at block design, but they are not good at object assembly, which means they have to put together parts without having a picture to refer to. And coding, of course, is a weakness because it's like handwriting. So I think this is a good measure to show the weaknesses and the strengths of children with Asperger syndrome. Conclusion: the cognitive profile of high-functioning individuals suspected to be in the autistic spectrum has a certain diagnostic value. The pattern of subtests within Wechsler Scale 3 found in a sample of 33 children with Asperger syndrome is well consistent with the weak central coherence theory of autism. Thank you for your attention.